Dear trader, you may have thought to yourself, if only I can just get a profitable strategy, all my money problems are gone, right? Or if only I can lay my hands on a very profitable strategy, I would pass my prop firm challenge and get a payout. Or probably you thought to yourself, if I can find a profitable strategy, I'll turn my $10 to $100, then I'll pay for proper mentorship and then buy a prop firm. Well, that's only half of the truth. Because you can have a very profitable strategy that gives you an edge, but still not be able to make any profit with that strategy. Why? Simply because to be profitable, you need two things: a strategy, which is your technical edge, and a psychological edge. And without the psychological edge, no matter the strategy you're using, you can never be profitable because it is you who is trading the system. And if you do not have an edge, forget the system you're trading, it still won't work. So how do you develop the psychological edge? You use a method called the FMGTD method, and this works 99.9% of the time. I've studied all the greats. Look at all your traders scaling right now. They all went through this method, even if they don't say it out. When you study their lives, you see that they all used this method. And I'll cover everything about this FMGTD method in this session. But here are four things you walk away from this psychology masterclass with. Number one, you'd walk away with the FMGTD method for mastering your psychological edge forever. Number two, you'd have a full understanding of the brain science behind trading psychology. Number three, you'd get a full-blown profitable strategy tested live here that you can steal. And then number four, an exclusive opportunity for just 6 people to be trained free of charge till they are profitable, get funded, and get their first payout. Let's get started. So, first of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, welcome to the Master Psychology Forever Masterclass. So, let's use our imagination. Let's imagine that you're staring at your trading screen. Your US is dying, is tanking, is going down, and your heart is pounding like you just ran a kilometer. Yeah, you know your system strategy says hold the trade, but every fiber in your body is screaming, close now, save yourself, close that trade. Sound familiar, right? Well, welcome to the Forex Traders Brain in Action. And my name is Deba Oni. I'm the lead trader and founder of Deutschmark Capital and Deutschmark Academy. Today, we're diving into why 78% of traders lose money. And hint, it is not the market, it is actually their brain. Yeah, because the market doesn't even know you exist. The market doesn't even know you are there. So it's actually you and your brain that is reflecting the results that you're seeing. So a 2020 study from the University of California showed that only 15% of retail traders consistently profit. Forgive me, occasionally I have to check if this session is actually being recorded because we may have issues if we're not. Okay, very good. We're live and recording. Awesome. Let's go. Let's keep going. So showed only 15% of retail traders consistently profit. Why? Because trading pits your logical brain against your emotional brain, and most people do not know how to control the logical brain. The emotional brain usually take charge, especially when money is involved. But here's the good news: your brain can change. So even if you've been going through this problem for a long time, your brain has a self-rewiring ability called neuroplasticity, and it rewires itself through practice. That's why, for those of you who, for example, you go to the gym, eventually your body learns to be bigger because your muscles, the same way your muscles can grow, that's the same way your brain can grow. You understand? So in this webinar, we'll be using neuroscience to understand that battle and prove why trading is a game of probabilities, a business of probabilities. And then I'll show you how backtesting, forward testing, and journaling can make you trade like a machine, not a mess, by rewiring your brain. My promise, if you follow this session from start to finish and you apply everything I teach you and it doesn't drastically improve your trading, just send me proof that you did everything I told you to do and it didn't work, and I will send you 30,000 naira instantly, no questions asked. So let's get started. Part one: the brain's two systems and neuroplasticity. Now, I may be talking about science, but this would be the most simplified psychology session you've ever watched. Now, psychology is not about reading books, reading psychology of a trader, or attending webinars. It's about understanding the true basics of what actually makes you profitable. Do you understand? So now imagine you're in a trade on Euro USD up 15 pips, but suddenly news spikes and drops it to 10 pips. Your stomach gets, especially when you're really pressed for money and you have bills to pay, right? Your stomach gets tight and you're tempted to close the trade to lock in profits. That's your brain's emotional side. It's called the limbic system. Everything that I'm going to tell you right now is completely normal. That's how you are normally built. That's why we say sometimes most people aren't built for trading. But let's go, because these things can actually be improved. So this is your limbic system. Forget the names. We're not doing all of this science here. We're not here to do biology. We're here to trade. But you need to understand it. This is how you improve yourself as a trader. You must understand every aspect, from fundamentals to psychology to every single thing. What we're most interested in right now is this thing in the middle and this one, this almond shaped orange thing here called the amygdala. That is what we're interested in right now. And it controls memory, decision making, and emotional responses. So let's proceed. At the heart of it is the amygdala, which is this right here, a tiny almond shaped structure deep in your brain. The amygdala is your survival alarm. So back when our ancestors used to face saber-tooth tigers, you know the saber-tooth tigers from Ice Age, that one with, yeah, that one. It triggered, whenever they see the tiger, it triggered the fight or flight response. Like your heart is racing, adrenaline pumping, you don't want to like throw your spear or run away, whatever. You see this kind of thing, so this animal, you know, go run. Ordinary dog, say you will run, you that I know. If you see dog, you will run. Not talk of this one. Some of you might even freeze. It happens. That's the fight or flight response. Some people can't handle it, right? So you say if you don't go wrong, you will base, you will vanish if you can't. You get. So now this amygdala function, here's what it does. Once it sees a fearful input, it goes through your eyes to your visual thalamus, to your visual cortex, and then to your amygdala. Now, for us who are trading, this fearful input is simply losses, reds, blowing account, all of those things that are negative, seen as negative in the market, right? So you don't need to see a lion or a saber-tooth tiger. All you need to see is reds, losses, right? And in trading, a losing trade feels like that tiger, and your amygdala screams, "Get out of this trade, or God, beg." You understand? So biologically, your brain is just reacting how it should. The only difference is for traders, that's not your reality. So now, biologically, the amygdala is part of the limbic system, a network that processes emotions like fear, greed, and pleasure, right? It's very fast. That's the problem. Before your logical brain thinks about say, calm down, no. It has already done what it wants to do since. And it's way faster than your logical brain because survival demands quick reactions. So a 2008 study by Low and Repin wired up traders with sensors, like they put sensors on their head, on their brain, yeah, and found that during market volatility, the amygdala-driven responses like elevated heart rate correlated with impulsive trades, like exiting too early or doubling down on losers or extending their stop loss, just kind of things, right? Now, meet your logical brain, the prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex. This one is at the front of your brain, right behind your forehead. Right? I'm not going to read all of these notes, just make it faster. And let's get to the real meat of why we're here. This is your inner strategist, the part that plans, analyzes, and sticks to your trading rules. At this point, I've already given you the secret. So I've told you two parts of your brain, this one and that amygdala. If this amygdala is one responsible for making you do all those wrong decisions that I used to make, making you close your trades before it eventually flies to TP, or making you feel so bad, all those kind of things, making you break your rules. If that's the cause, and this is the one that helps you stay consistent, your job, if for example I'm not teaching you any other thing, is to go and research how to make this one take control of that. Simple stuff. That's the end of psychology. That's the end of psychology. But let me help you. It's slower because it's crunching data, it's doing calculations, and it's weighing probabilities, right? Think of it as a cool-headed coach saying, stick to your plan. We have tested this thing now. So you don't have to act out of plan. You get it? But when the amygdala is screaming, the prefrontal cortex struggles to keep control. Yeah? And a 2015 neuroscience study in Nature showed that stress reduces prefrontal cortex activity. So if you are stressed, your prefrontal cortex like takes the back seat, and your amygdala most times is in control, letting your emotions run the show, right? So this your prefrontal cortex, it has 9 core features, core functions, right? And number 1 is empathy, insights, response flexibility, emotion regulation, emotion waiting, regulation. I'm battling with emotions. Train this. You stop battling with emotions. It's that simple. And body regulation, morality, intuition is also important, right? And then number 9, fear modulation. Fear of missing out. It helps you modulate it. Meanwhile, this limbic brain here, fight, flight, freeze, stress responses, thinks, am I safe? Do people want me? Emotion, that's, I've explained that already. But here's the game changer: neuroplasticity. Your brain is not fixed. It rewires itself based on what you practice. So if you do something every single time, eventually your brain grows and learns how to do that thing constantly. So every time you stick to your system or stick to your plan, despite the fear, you strengthen your pathways. Like he just made the right decision. So there are more linkages that will help you make that same right decision again. But every time you break your rules, there are also more linkages that will help you break your rules more the more you do it. Do you understand? Okay, so making discipline easier, but for those who are doing indiscipline, is making your indiscipline easier as well. So it's like having a new trail in the forest. The more you walk it, the clearer the path gets, right? So I want to skip all of these things and just come here. So if you practice sticking to the plan, neuroplasticity strengthens the prefrontal cortex control, quieting your amygdala over time. That is why we need proof to keep the logical brain in charge. So these data-driven habits are key. They will literally reshape your brain for better trading, because your brain needs proof. Your brain cannot just say, okay, I will trust in the system, or I will keep you consistent. No, you have to give it proof. It's like the proof data is food to your brain. Do you understand? Your brain will have to see proof that this thing works, to believe that it works. Then it will be willing to be disciplined to stick to that rule set, if you understand. So this is me basically just showing you more of what the frontal lobe does: motor control, thinking, memory, reasoning. That's what it controls. So if you train this, it will override this guy back there. Now, trading as a business of probability, game of probability, the same thing. You're here now. Step 2, we're almost done. Now, let's say you are at a casino, but you're the house, you're not gambling. The house does not win every hand, but it wins. Who they fresh you this morning? Jesus. Wow. Anyways, sorry. The house doesn't win every hand, but it wins over time because it plays the odds, right? So Forex is the same. It's not about nailing every trade, it's about stacking the odds in your favor with a system that you trust, right? So let's give you an example. Let's say you've got a system based on a 50-day moving average crossover on AUD USD. You know from backtesting that it wins 55% of the time with a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. That is an established edge and it works. It's going to be profitable over time. Yeah, that means for every $100 you risk, you aim for $200 profit, and over 100 trades, you might win 55 and lose 45. But the math says that you're in the green because of that ratio. So if you win 55 trades out of 45, and every time you won it was 2 times what you lost, it means you're in profit of 110. And then your losses are total of just 45. 110 minus 45, you're in profit, my dear. Okay. A 2014 study by Chin Carini tracked retail traders and found those who stuck to data-driven systems had win rates of 60 to 70%, while gut traders, discretionary traders, those letting their amygdala call the shot, barely hit 30%. Why does this work? It works because trading is a business of probabilities, not certainties. Let me explain. So you see, trading is not like graphic design or furniture making, where a customer comes into your shop, tells you to make a chair, you make the chair, and you get paid. No. In trading, a customer can come into your shop, you make the chair, you deliver the chair, and you still won't get paid. Yes, that is trading. So you do not know if you would win your next trade. Let me use that furniture example again. So your job is to make the chair regardless of whether you get paid or not. You don't know if the customer will pay you or not. Your own is make the chair the exact same way every single time. That is your job as a trader. Yes, it's a business of probabilities. You do not know the result of your next immediate trade. But if you've got that proof, okay, every 100 customers I get, 60 of them pay me, 40 of them don't pay me, but I don't know what 40 don't pay me. But eventually, as you keep gathering more data, guess what happens? You start to notice the characteristics of those who pay you and those who don't pay you. The ones who pay me, they look like this. The ones who don't pay me, they look like this. But it will take you time to gather all this data. And eventually, maybe you will not increase your win rate to like 90%, because now you're able to tell more effectively those that look like what will pay you and those that will not pay you. But still, you will not know whether the next person is going to pay you. That's the same thing with trading. You don't know if the next trade will be a winner or a loser. So your job is to go onto the market and check if your setup has shown itself, and if it has, you execute it if your rules are all in place, because you do not know if it will fail or work. But it's your data gathering that will help you improve the average win rate of that system. Okay, so your job is to execute the same system the same way every single time. If you do this, the results you see in your past data and your back test and your forward test, they will mirror in your live trading. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So this is not hope. Trading is not hope. It's not luck. It is mathematics. Not mathematics in secondary school or university where they teach you find X, find Y, and you will never see it, or Poisson distribution of some actually very useless things that you may not use depending on the field you decide to pursue, right? Not those kind of mathematics, the maths that makes you sweat, that makes you nervous. I don't know maths, so not that kind of maths. This is the kind of mathematics that puts money in your pocket. When I say money, I mean bastard flipping money. Yes, that kind of money. That's the kind of maths. So it's not X, it's not find Y, it is probability. So neuroplasticity comes in here too. Repeating your system consistently over time, it builds neural pathways, especially when anytime you break the rules, you take a loss. And anytime you actually follow the rules, you take a win. Your brain, oh my God, will start to, okay, I beg, let's not break rules anymore. Let's not break that's what happens eventually. So like muscle memory for your brain. So but to trust this math, you need proof. And that is where backtesting comes in. You've been some of you have been training for 15 years, 10 years, 12 years. You have been avoiding this backtesting thing like a plague right from time. Or maybe you just didn't have the funds to pay for a backtesting software, or you just really didn't do research. You thought you could like half-ass it and just, if you skip backtesting, you can't succeed in forex trading. It's not possible. I said it. Ask anybody succeeding. They have proof of their system. So there are two ways. It's either you're smart like me and my students, and you just go right now and backtest at least 1-2 years worth of data on your system. I'll show you how to do all of that. Yeah. Or you decide to forward trade it, meaning instead of going back in time that you can gather in the next 1 week or next 2 weeks and gather data and find out if the system works or not. Use your actual life force, your time for the next 2 years. See, for you to backtest 1 year worth of data, you can do it in 1 week, you can do it in 1 month. But for you to really trade 1 year worth of data, you need actual 1 year. Think about it. So would you rather spend 1 year of your life doing something that could have taken you 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to do? Think about it, my guy. Think about it. Or my lady. Would you rather spend 2-3 years? That's what most of your traders did. Some traders, they spent 7 years, 8 years, 15 before they got profitable. Why? Because they were forward testing. Yeah? Instead of just going back in time to gather all this data, have all the knowledge from this data, know ahead of time, is this thing profitable or not? Then from there you build. It's a lot easier for you to succeed like that than actually trying to trade the system forward. That will take way more time and way more life force and still not give you as much result as just going back in time to backtest this thing. And I'm telling you, if you skip backtesting, you either spend so long discretionary trading before you succeed, or you won't succeed at all. Let's proceed. Now imagine you're a chef perfecting a recipe. You don't serve it to customers until you've tested it 100 times in the kitchen. So backtesting is your trading kitchen. I repeat again, there is no success in trading without backtesting. It is Kai. Listen to me. I'm not joking. If you're just starting, you are lucky you are hearing this thing now. Did you not tell me? I spent years avoiding it because I did not see, and it's not just go back in time 2 months on trading view to just look at. No, it's actual data gathering, and I will show you what it looks like. So now you take your strategy, say a breakout system on UJPY. Let me just skip all of this, right? But what you're checking for, although there are 2 ways and 2 types of backtesting, it's either you're trying to create an edge, create a strategy, create a system, or you're confirming if an already created system works. Okay, so for example, when you're backtesting, you find that sometimes you can get a losing streak of like 5, 6, 7 trades back to back. When you've seen it happen in testing, when you go to your live accounts, do you think you'll be scared to actually take those kind of losses? You will not. You will not panic because you've seen it happen before. Your brain needs proof. If your brain has seen it before, it can do it again. Simple stuff. Now, why backtesting gives your prefrontal cortex the data to override the amygdala's fear. Nobody's telling you this truth. I am telling you, if you don't do this, it's just like a person wants to become a lawyer and say, I don't want to go to law school. Or you want to be a doctor, you don't want to go through its requirement. If there was a university course called trading, backtesting is Forex 101. If I had a Forex university, year one would be the craziest year. That's when you learn everything. That's when you do a shit ton of backtesting. That's when you do a shit ton of hard work. From year two, year three, year four, it's just mastering what you've learned already, improving on it. By the time you're graduating, you're a millionaire, basically. Let's use Naira for example. You're a multi-millionaire. Not like our already established system that you are graduating, you're coming out unemployed. You're happy that I'm not a graduate, but actually you're not just unemployed. And you'd have to struggle for another 30, 15, 20 years, 10 years if you're actually going through what they advise you to do before you find your feet. But if I had the Forex University, first year is where all the mad work happens. From second year beyond, is you just training because training is 90% waiting, 10% execution. It would be a very crazy institution if you had it like Forex University. Because my god, you build crazy people who will do a lot of crazy things in this world. But let's proceed. Now, this is one of my. I'm going to show you this shit live. This was 2022 when I was creating a system. I told you there are two kinds of backtesting: creating a system and backtesting an already established system. Okay. So now when you see a system work on past data, it's like giving your brain a shield against emotional meltdowns. You know what to expect. See, just I'm sorry, I just need to confirm that we are still recording. Just so we don't end up, yeah, thank god we're still recording. Wonderful. So let's go back to our notes. Okay, when you see a system work on past data, it's like giving your brain a shield against emotional meltdowns. You know what to expect so you don't flinch when the market gets wild. So neuroplasticity kicks in here. Each time he trusts his data, his brain strengthens logical pathways, making it easier to stay calm the next time. So backtesting isn't just about numbers, it's about rewiring your brain to trust the process. So here's what I want to do for you now. How can Deutschmark Academy drastically speed up this process for you? As I said before, there are two types of backtesting. Backtesting to find what works, which is long, arduous, painful, no projected end time, and backtesting to confirm what works. So let's look at what these two look like right now. Oh my god, this PC is stressing me now. Okay. So the software I use for backtesting is currently Traders Casa. Yeah, that's what I currently use for backtesting, and I'll show you the link. I'll show you how I do everything shortly. First of all, I want to show you that sheet that I used for creating a system, just so you know what it looks like. Okay, so look very closely. So this was back then in 2022, right? And this kind of backtesting is the kind that most traders will never do because it is hard, it is long, it is arduous, it is painful. Nobody's paying you to do it. There's no money here. You can do it for so long, for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years before you come out. See, not everybody has to go through this kind of problem or this kind of pain. Let me show you why it's so crazy. So you have dates, you have number, like number of trades, you have months, day. Why do you think all of these things have different colors? Because I was tracking what days are the best for trading that system I was testing. You can see session, London, New York, different colors because I was tracking what sessions are best for that system. Correct, you got it. Time, tracking the time. Action, buying or selling. Range type, you may not understand it, but this is actually like a liquidity grab sort of situation, and this is like on range, meaning it's continued without grabbing liquidity within the same range. I was testing all of these things. simply because I want to know what works and what doesn't work instead of just taking random advice from somebody else. Then that's just one. Ranges against hedge, although I cleaned it out, but it was crazy. You will not. Okay. When I eventually show you my system, you will understand what I'm trying to talk about. So previous swing use, I was testing every single possibility. Look at FVG. I tested FVGs, tested FIBs, tested all combined. Which one they work? Which one know they work? I didn't want to listen to anybody telling me, okay, use FVGs, don't use FVGs. I tested everything. Which one works the most? That's how I eventually built my system that I use now in 2025. Do you understand? So I went through AdWords testing. Now, OB type, cost of break, both. I tested every single thing. On the OB quality, was there an LG? Was there not an LG? Type of FVG, was it cause of break? Was it beside structure? I tested every single thing. Was there an absorption? No. Zone outcome, it held, failed. Then after all these things, I'm not going to sit down and analyze the results. This thing took me a lot of time. This was just like a year before, or I think a year and a couple months before I eventually began to see some form of success in the market. Yeah, but up until this point, from 2019, okay, I was just trading boom and crash, just chilling, just blowing account, just dashing the market money, like most of you are currently doing, just dashing the market money, dashing the market money, dashing the market money, like as if I stole the money, as if it's not my hard earned money. I was just dashing the market money. Yeah. So if you feel like you love the market so much, you want to just dash the market money, don't listen to anything I've said. Just love the market, dash the market the money, and only you know where to end, whether it's to end in the village or it will end in tears, or eventually you give up and say forex is scam. And when your child eventually in 10 years, 15 years time say, Dad, I want to become a forex trader, you say, God forbid, don't do that. It's a scam. It made me. Now you see how you're going to like literally alter the cause of your generation if you do not do what you need to do right now to master this market. I'm telling you, my child will know how to trade from age 12. It's such that money is not going to be a problem. Oh my god, you don't understand these things. It's like, why would have established business and all of that? But the ability to just take your phone and press buttons and download money from inside. Come on now. Come on now. Let's not even talk too much. So absorption, no. Zone outcome held. So I'm just literally showing you the kind of work I literally did to come up with the systems that I used to. And this is not just January. I did for I literally, oh my, you can come on, look at this. How can you do this? If actually you think you have the patience to do this and not be paid while doing it, you most likely can't. You most likely cannot do it. I'm telling you. Like I have a lot of if you look at my you what oh god. Oh my father. You think it's a joke. It's not a joke, oh. Then I have for NU, I have a lot of them like that. So this is me attempting to create a system. Now let me show you the flip side. So if you want to go through trading on your own, this is what you have to go through before you even begin to see some glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. But the flip side, and this can take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, it doesn't have an end. But the flip side is that you find someone who has a profitable system that they are currently trading with trackable results. Show me the journal results. Show me the past trades. How does it perform over time? Right? Then you go take that system and you don't just start trading it. You take it and confirm the edge that it works. So that's what I want to show you how to do. Assuming that you have someone who gives you a system, or you have an already established system, or let's say you want to steal the system that I'm about to show you right now. So this is what it looks like. So this is Traders Casa. All you have to do is go to app.traderscasa.com. That's it right there. No stress. So it's currently free, but you'd have to deal. Open recording. Yeah. You'd have to deal with ads, right? So once you're inside, you've created your account and you've done all of that, you can see some of my returns on UJ using my 4 hour 5 minute system, 1,924%, average win rate 66%, blah blah blah. And I have a lot of sessions. Look at them, all of them. See, plenty sessions that I'm backtesting here. Because it's part of the job, it's what you do, right? So So now, once you get to Traders and you've created your account, just come down to backtest and create a session. Name it what you want to name it. Put your starting balance there. Then select the pair, pick the date you want to backtest from. They give you data up until 2003. So that Casa is just wonderful. So right now, I want to continue this session that I was using, but then they have there's a little problem with the free version in the sense that you'd have to see a lot of ads. So I may just pay for it here, just so the ads don't disturb what I'm about to teach you. So let's hope that network allows this thing to load well. So let me just okay, great. We're open. We're working. So once I begin to do what I'm doing, you see that ads will begin to show. So now here's a simple strategy that I want to teach you. Let's use the 1 hour time frame. Should we use the 1 hour time frame? Or let's use the 15-minute time frame. Let's use the 15-minute time frame. Let's be like an intraday kind of trading thing, but we'll have very strict trading times. We'll trade only the New York crossover. So the system is very simple. It's gonna be a break and retest strategy. I know break and retest. I don't use it. I know, yes, but that was my first profitable system. It was called the SBR. Although I kind of modified it and added some lower time frame entries to make it more profitable. But let me just instead give you a checklist of what a profitable system will look like. Yeah. So you need to find a way to flow with the trend. Most times, reversal systems don't do as well as continuation systems. Continuation strategies work best most times. Yeah. You want to find a way to align with the trend. That's number one, aligning with the trend. Number two, find a suitable POI. You mean you must trade from a suitable POI. Number three is timing. What is the best time to take those trades? And number four is entry. How do you enter? If you have these four pillars, you have a system that is ready to go. And then number five, where to put your take profits, where to put your stop loss. Simple stuff. You have a full system. So this one is very simple. We're basically just going to first of all identify the trend. Once you have two breaks of structure in one basket direction, you've gotten a trend established. So our POI is simply the last major structural high that was broken. We're simply waiting for price to come back to that point and give us. So this is the first thing. We've gotten our trend, right? Our POI is the last major structural high that was broken. So what you guys would call support turned, sorry, resistance turned support, right? So this is a very basic system. I don't use it. Currently, I use an SMC system called the slide system, and I'll give some insights about it shortly. But this is a system that has worked for me in the past and is still working. I know people who are using this system and are making bank right now. So it still works. It's not about the strategy. It's not about the SMC. It's about your psychological edge. The system is proven, even if the win rate and the risk to average risk to reward will not be as high as my own system, but it is still profitable. And if you can strengthen your brain to trade this, then you actually be profitable. That's the funny thing. So here, once we have price coming to that POI, I think I need to write something for you guys. Where's call out? Where's the call out? Call out. I don't want to make this session too long, so I'm going to attempt to just like breeze through some things. So this is the call out. I want to write out everything I said just now. I said number one, a way to align with the trend. If you have these things in place, but some people don't really know how to restructure properly. That's why I teach structure very well in my free 5-day mechanical trading program. Align with the established trend. That's number one. Number two, find a suitable POI, a point of interest, like a place to trade from. And if your price doesn't get there, okay, exactly, very good. So this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna have ads that will interrupt your backtesting, and you can close it after like 25, 30, 23 seconds. That's a long time, but I'm telling you, it's not really that expensive, and I'm literally going to pay for. I when I was backtesting, I had the paid version, but then I stopped backtesting, and there's no point keep paying when you're not using it. So that's why I'm on the free version right now. But right now I'm going to pay so I can literally show you this thing undisturbed, right? So let me quickly just do that, and you can actually see it's just $6.9 every month compared to the value it will give you. It is. I'm telling you, it is worth more than that compared to the value you get out of this backtesting. It's worth more than $7. So let me just quickly pay and let me pause this, and we'll be done. Okay, we've hit a roadblock, and for some reason, Traders Casa is refusing to allow my card pay, and I'm not willing to go through the stress to use an account and transferring money, all of that, blah 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 blah. So I'm just gonna, as you can see, the card was declined. Please try a different card. Fuck them. I'm just going to try and pay another time, but let me see, try and show you with the free version just like that. Okay, so this is the last session I was doing. Let's just go. Okay, as I was saying, you need four pillars, and I've established what those four pillars are. So what we want to do is to make sure that we're trading only in the London and New York crossover, if that makes sense. So we're gonna like play price and see if we get a trade. So basically, what we're looking for is for price to give us an entry within 1 p.m. and 8 9 p.m. That's what we're looking for. Now we do not know how long that would take before we get an entry, but once you have this open, you also want to have um Google Sheets open as well. You need to have a sheet where you track the amount of data that you're collecting. So you on your sheet you'd want to have something like SN. You know what? Let me just go into. Okay, don't want to take too advanced. You want to have SM, which is number like trade number. You want to have pair. You want to have action. You want to have outcome. That's if you're just confirming the system. You're not like testing every variable. So was it a win or a loss? Then RR on the trade, then remark. Then you want to also have screenshots. These are very important things. So I skipped out time. You need to have a time. You need to have the time of the trade. Time. You need to have the day as well. Day and stuff like that. So pair day time. These are like the major things you need for now. Let's just go and see what we're doing. So back on this guy, we're waiting for price. Okay, we've established structure. We're saying that okay, price is bullish on the 15-minute time frame, but we're not just looking to trade at any time. It must happen within our period. So let's draw that out and see if price returns to it. So let's play price now. This is the 15-minute time frame. So let's go. Let me just use my hand. Okay, great. So we've got price come back into our zone, but what is the time? The time is 1:15, which is perfectly aligned with our trading time. So let me draw it properly. So now we see you have to check these things. Has it met the rules? Does it follow the trend? Yes. Do we are we in our POI? Yes. Is it our trading time? Yes. So look for entry criteria. So for our entry candle, we would want to use like a bullish engulfing or a hammer to enter this trade. So let's just zoom in and see what happens here. Now, okay. So now we need to check if these things represent themselves. So let's play price and see what happens. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Ah boy. This was the candle we should have entered from. This one right here. Because that's the bullish engulfing. Okay, now see the ads are coming in. I'll just pause this till the ad is done. Or we can just be talking till the ad is done. So basically, that is where you want to execute the trade. So if these things don't meet up, you skip the trade. Just understand that there's no scarcity of setups in this market. There will always be another setup for you to take. So if the current one you're in did not meet the rules, forget the fact that you need to pay your bills, forget the fact that you need to pay your house rent. Your job was to monitor it and don't miss it. So if you missed it, you have missed it. Don't try to enter when price has gone way far away from your entry. Like here, so this is where you should have taken the trade right here. I kind of overplayed price to an extent. And let's have an SL rule. The SL rule is okay, 5 pips below our lowest candle. So if this is 96, okay, 9.6 pips, our stop loss will be at 14.6 pips around there. Then take profit is just the high. Let's do for 1:2 if that work. Normally I would look for 1:3, but let's just for this example, let's see if we get the trade to work. Okay, price is going, price is going, price is going, and TP smashed straight up. So it met all the rules and the trade works. Very simple stuff. So until the next day, or maybe we'll still have another trade happen within this time in this particular day. So now that we've had this trade happen, let's go and document the results of the trade. So now what pair is this? First of all, it is Euro USD. What time did the trade happen? It happened by 2 p.m. on Friday, 24th January. So you go into your sheets and you document that. So this is trade one and is Euro USD, and the day was Friday and the time was 2 p.m. and the action was a buy and the outcome was a win, and RR was I think 2.8 R. Remark was sweet trade. So if there was something you noticed, that's what you write there in the remark. Then screenshot, you take an image of that particular trade from here, just come here and click on that button, then copy link, then go back there and paste it there. So after you've done like 10, 15 trades, you come back and review all your winning trades, see what they look like, review all your losing trades, see what they look like. So it's all about timing, POI, and trend, following the trend. So now that is a sweet one. So let's look for like two more trades, then we'll like call it a day. I'll proceed to the next thing we have aligned. So this is our next POI right here. A high that has been broken because we're still bullish. Let's play price and see what happens. Okay, price. Now the thing is, we cannot take it straight because there's no structural point for us to put our take profit. So this will not basically work. Even though price may react from there and okay, it even failed. So that's good. So that's not a trade for us. Let's wait for price to do what it wants to do next. Now remember, we're only using the highs and lows. We're not using Fibonacci or anything else. Okay, we got price moving down. We're still bullish though because this low is still intact, this low is still intact. We're still bullish. Let's watch and see what happens the next day. Okay, price keeps trickling down, trickling down, trickling down. Okay, price begins to move from here, and that's really none of your business. Just allow price do what it wants to do because okay, now we have price broken here again. This has been broken. Okay. Okay, let me just mark it out so you understand what's going on. So that's a break. So if we have a break of this point, that will be like our next POI for price to keep going higher. Okay, price wants to go bearish. That's changed the trend right here. And basically that's a trend change, but I need to confirm that that's a trend change by having one more break happen there. Okay, great. So we have the break. So now this is another place to consider. But it's too small. There's no TP holding for us. Let's just have that break happen. Okay, price breaks it and it's still playing, it's still playing, it's still playing. Okay, good. Now here's this one's are small moves. Just ignore small moves and wait for your big move to happen. Let me just keep it and play price fast. Okay, we've got another break again. Okay. Can we possibly see if there's a possibility here for a trade here? Yeah, that's a low. Let's see if we're gonna have price come back in there. Price didn't quite. What happened here? No, that's not a trade. Okay. Oh, price just blasted through it. So as you can see, you're not like setting an order just on it. So even if price blasts through your zone, you won't get stopped out or anything. And price. So let me just tell you ahead of time, you'd have periods where you'll not have a trade. It's normal. So if you see it in testing, when you see it in real life, you will not be shocked. But I don't want to drag this on for too long, just so that okay, come on. So this is basically price just ranging. Show you one of the down pitfalls of a trend trading system is when price is doing things like this, you want to just avoid the market because you not really see good setups. You understand? I think the trend has changed again, so we're back to being bullish. But let's keep going. Let's keep watching, or maybe just a liquidity grab above that level, and price drops again, and it's basically just ranging. So just wait for the trend to be established properly again before you begin to look for any other interesting things. Okay, I think that's happened already. But the take profit is too small. There's nothing to do there. Take profit is too small. Nothing to do there. Basically just blast it through as well. But you still hit the TP last lasher. Price is ranging. Just ignore it. It's just going up and down, 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 up and down. Yes. Network not issue again. Let me refresh this. So your system is very simple, but I'm telling you, you have periods where you don't have a trade. That's why eventually you want to like trade multiple pairs, like EU, GU, like 3 or 4 maximum since you're on 15-minute time frame, because it's like an intraday system. You get that way you'd have more availability of trades to take. Okay, so that's eventually what happened. Price eventually spammed down and then broke. So now we have after ranging forever. So we have our established trend and we are properly bearish now. Let's see if we get another trade here. No, not on the 15, on the 1 minute, on the 15. Okay, just so we don't drag this on for too long, this is the exact thing you have to go through when you are testing a system. So it's a lot of work, yes, especially if it's not an already proven system. You're trying to figure out if it works or not. So you'd gather this sort of data for a prolonged amount of time, for weeks, months, years, like 2, 3, 4 years worth of data to confirm that that system works. But if you're still here, I said that you're going to work your way with the system, and the system is very simple. The system is very simple. It's just okay. It cleaned. First of all, find an established trend. Yeah, find a suitable PY. PY can be break and retest. It can be order block. It can be liquidity and order block. Anything. Number three, find a suitable entry criteria. Is it candlestick pattern? Is it break of structure on lower time frame? Whichever one you choose. Then eventually, where is suitable place to put your take profits? Where is suitable place to put your stop loss? And finally, entry timing. What is the time that you trade? That should be the best time possible for that particular system. If not, you'll be in losses. So now, I said I was going to give 6 spots for people to work with me till they're profitable and can get their first payout. So now, for details about this, I want you to just quickly, okay, let's just use Edge. Head on to DMC, like HTTPS for 2// DMC dot hyphen IC dot UWU dot AI. Very simple. That's the website. So normally the spots are closed, right? But now till 15th of September, that's 3 days that time, we'll be taking only 6 more people. And the whole idea is this. I'm literally going to teach you my system, like give you my own already profitable system. So just go to this page and read it. Do your due diligence. Just like scroll down, read through every single line. I've already explained how it happens when you want like create a system for yourself. It's a brutal cycle that can drag on for years and most times lead you to giving up. Do you understand? Then this system works. A lot of people have gotten payouts and all of that, and this is me obviously. So I want to show you something. This is our edges. The 2 hour per day system. You trade for only 2 hours per day. If you decide to learn and use it, very profitable system. These are the result of the system. Then the second one, which is the slide system, what I'm talking about. The result, as I showed before, if you want to find a system that actually works, make sure there's verifiable proof. So all the trades taken from 2023 to 2025, they are all here within this button. So when you come here, you can do your due diligence and look at the trades, look at what they look like. This is the system that you'll be trading. So before you even get and join us, look at them, look at amount of trades we win, look at amount of trades we lose, and average risk to reward that we get on the pairs that we trade and all of that. So you want to do that. So once you've done that due diligence, look at this. This is what your journey will look like if you like don't take this path that we're giving to you. So first things first, you have things like unstructured learning, 2 to 4 months. You're just jumping between free YouTube videos, PDFs, blog, random programs, and you feel like you now know how to trade. But then what you have is just false confidence, and that will last for like 1 to 2 months. A few lucky wins trick you into thinking that you've cracked the code, that you can now trade, blah blah, but actually you can't. Then you hit a losing streak of like 2 to 3 months, a slow bleed of your account. Eventually you always feel like you're almost breaking even, but actually you eventually just blow your account, and one emotional trade wipes out everything that you've done. Then eventually your hope crashes and you feel like everything's a scam, everything's failing, and then eventually you wait for a long time and then you go back to learning randomly. So it's just like a cycle of doom that keeps repeating itself over and over for years. But this is not to scare you. I'm telling you this because I was in this cycle myself from 2019 to 2023. But here's the alternative when you join our inner circle, as I said. So first things first, you have structured learning. In 1 week, you can complete all the training that we have inside of Inner Circle. As a matter of fact, if you join now, what's the time now? In the next 3 hours, you're done with the videos. But then there are other tasks beyond the videos. So you have assignments, you have back testing to do, you have forward testing to do. You have a lot of things to do after learning the video. So just the learning alone can be done with it in 3 hours. But for those that want to like push it longer and spread it, you take 1 week to learn it. It's your choice. So now hands-on guidance, week 1 to 2. We're with you every week. We have live calls every Saturday to like guide you and show you what you're doing wrong and show you what you should do right instead. Then you have data-driven practice. The system is already proven. The rules are already written out. You don't have any hard work to do. All you have to do is to learn the system properly, the rules, then go back in time and confirm that it works for yourself so your brain has the proof to execute it confidently on the live market, right? Then confident execution week 3 to 4, you'll be able to enter and exit trades with zero hesitation when you follow this plan. Eventually by month 2 to 3, your profits start stacking and losses are small, controlled and insignificant, and you now have consistent progress. And eventually by month 3, you're ready to scale your income and beyond. Get your payouts, we get our split and all of that. So that's total time 3 months. And then after all that, you get your payouts and receive your certificate of graduation from Deutschmark Academy, which is actually very simple. Now, if you ignore something like this, it means that you actually just want to struggle for months, years, non-stop. Actually, that's the truth. So now, what is contained inside of the Inner Circle program. So we have two variations actually that are currently open. One of them is the mentorship program plus Inner Circle. So you get the full Inner Circle training and methodology, you get one-on-one mentorship, you get priority access to me. I don't want to go through it too much. Just like read through this paper. What's most important is this thing is worth 300,000 naira, but you're not paying 300,000, as I said earlier. And the other one without mentorship is worth 150, but you're not paying 150. So just come to the page, do your study. We already have like 212 people inside of there, and they're all killing it, and they're all growing and all improving. So 212 people who were there before, as against 217 actually, 217 right now. So we really can't take too much people because it's actually very close on guidance. So just come to the page and read through, like actually do read through, see everything you get. But now this is the most important part. Why I said I'm training you for free. So now the whole idea is this: we train you for free, but you need something that you're going to trade with that eventually you use to pay us back. Because we're not just training you for free to train you for free like that. So the idea is this: because of how confident we are in the system that we have and the path that we've created that it will work for you, we're really actually going to train you for free. But the thing is this: you need to have a funded account that you deposit money for, so that when you're done with your training, we'll give you this account. We've declared that you're ready and actually ready to trade, that you've passed through everything that we need you to pass through. This account will be given to you, because then we've certified that actually you can actually pass this challenge and get your payout. So be given to you, you take a challenge, you pass it, you get your first payout of around 10% thereabout. Then we're going to split it 50-50. That is how you pay us for the free training that we're going to give you. So basically, entry into the Inner Circle is free, but it's only free for the 3 days, only free for the 6 people. If you're outside of these people, you still have to pay extra for mentorship and a lot of things. So here's what you need to do: you must deposit an amount of money for either a 5K account or a 10K account. So if you want a 5K account after you're done with the training that will be given to you, you deposit 50,000, and guess what? Your 50,000 doesn't even cover the full cost of a funded next 5K account. It doesn't cover it. We'll add the extra and then top it up for you. For your 100K, is if you want a $10,000 account given to you at the end of your training. So if you don't know what prop firms are, just go on Google and do a quick search. What are prop firms? It's a company that actually fund you. They call them, what do they call them? Simulated funds. And the business model is for confusing for beginners, but also advanced when I understand the business model. They give you funds to trade, and whatever profit you make, you can withdraw it to your bank account, and you still have proof on this page when you come here. So if you want a 5K account when you're done, you'd deposit 50,000. It will be reserved and kept till you're done with your training. So basically, you're paying us nothing. If you want a 10K account, you deposit 100,000 to be kept till you're done with your training, and then to be used to purchase an account for you when you're done. So now this is the upgrade I'm talking about for just 6 people. If you do this thing, if you take this chance between now and the 15th, or you're among the first 6 people, you automatically get upgraded to mentorship plus Inner Circle at no extra cost. After the timer ends, that same 5K path will cost you 100,000 naira, and the 10K path will cost you 150,000 naira. So that's an extra 50K. Now here's what you get versus the real value. So normally Inner Circle is worth 450,000 naira alone, even without your 100 account. Mentorship plus Inner Circle is worth 300,000 naira alone. Let's forget about personal tutoring for now because it's even locked right now. Yeah, but with the time upgrade, with just your 50,000 naira to reserve your funded account or your 100K to reserve your 10K account, it gives you all of these things: mentorship plus Inner Circle access with 0 naira training fee. So you're not getting Inner Circle only, you're getting Inner Circle plus mentorship, meaning you have access to me and our live calls. I'm telling you, without mentorship, it's even a lot harder. But now I'm giving it to you. So now, how does the money split works? So we split only your first payout to make this deal profitable for us. So on the 5K account, your first payout example will be like $500 because you can easily actually hit 12.5% using our system. Then you get $250 and we'll get $250 as sufficient compensation for the work that we're going to like literally invested in you. Yeah. And for your 10K account, you're still the same 12.5%, which amounts to like $500. Sorry, $1,000, and we'll both split $500. So $500 to you and $500 to me. After we split our first payout, we will now use from our course to purchase another account for you that we fully use, because this first account will be purchased in our name. We control it, so we can monitor what you're doing. Yeah, and people are also funny. They can literally decide, okay, I want to pay for myself and do it on my own. But then when you got your payout, you run away and you don't give us our payments. That's not smart. And you really have no reputation to uphold. But we're registered and we have a reputation to uphold. So we cannot take your money and run. You drag us and business is down. Yeah. So we literally control it and give you access. We're monitoring your progress. And if we notice anything ahead of time that will make you to lose or to fail that challenge, we will tell you. That's why we control it. But after that is done, we will now purchase another one in your name that is yours. You can keep 100% of your payouts to yourself and still keep our knowledge. Think about it. So our monthly target is 12.5% using our slash system, and it's actually very achievable. Last month we did 33 something percent. This month we're down like 6%, no 3% actually, but it's just the second week. The month is still running. So we trust in the edge and probability will arrange itself back in our favor, and we're going to have winning trades. So for your profit potential, let's break it down in naira. So when you deposit that 50,000 naira and you eventually get to your payout, your first payout couch to you is like 390,000 naira. So by the time you remove the 50,000 naira that you deposited, it's around 340,000 naira in your pocket when you spent just 50k. And subsequent months, when you're getting the full payouts, you're having like 975,000 naira in your pocket. Now this is excluding the cut that we used to buy another one for you. So if you deposited 100k, after your first payout, you'll be having around 780,000 naira. When you minus your 100k from it, you'll be having like 680k in your pocket after the first split. And then subsequent months, when you have the full 100% split to yourself, you're making around 1.9 million every month from that account. So the platforms we use are Funded Next and Blue Guardian. I think of GoFunded because GoFunded has been misbehaving lately. So this is the very simple model. So basically, you're getting free training, but you pay us at the end of the training. But you need to have an account that you use to apply the things that we teach you. So you need to either deposit 50,000 naira for your 5k account or 100,000 naira for your 10k account. If that sounds good, just go to this website right here. This website right here is where you need to go to, and you find for more details and what you need to do. The account number is there. I'm not going to do it like on this call. Just go there and you'd find everything. So let me type out the website for you again. So the website is very simple. My Traders Casa. Okay, it's Traders Casa here. So the website is very. We've got ads coming up. So let's not waste any more time. We still have some things to finish in the psychology training. Okay, great. So as I was saying, where's my call out? Where's that call out again? Okay, so the website you need to go to is, let's make this even much bigger. Next 24 is https colon // dmc hyphen ic.uwu.ai. Very simple stuff. That's the website. Get it. That's it. Just go there now and do your due diligence. Remember, there are only 6 spots and it will vanish fast. I'm not even kidding. That is where you need to go right here. You get it. dmc-ic.uw.ai. Do that and you'll have this button here that will take you to my DM to send your payment proof and all of that. So that's it. Just do that. Remember, 6 spots only. 15 September is closed. That's the end till the next cohort. Okay, now that we're done with this, if you've gone to the website, do your due diligence, whatever. Let's proceed to our notes. Okay, now that we're done with that, after you're done with back testing, we're now at let me see something. So from this from the FMGTD method, we have done F, we've done M. Okay, M is where you like master the system. That will happen in your back testing. So and M and G happen in your back testing. So M is master, G is gather data, then T is test. So you need to now test this thing that you've gathered data on. Does it really work in the live market? So once you've done with your back testing, you need to now go like on the demo account or on a small, I don't want to use a small account, use a demo account that is large enough, like what you literally want to use. If you're like attempting a front-end account, use a free trial for front-end account or use a 5k account or a 10k in demo account. Don't use a cent account because the spreads are inconsiderate. Don't use your $5 account because it doesn't make any sense. So just stick with a demo 5k or a demo 10k because that's what you'll be trading when you're actually trying to get funded. So what you need to do now is forward test. And basically what you're doing is every trade you take, you journal it. So you no longer you can no longer crunch through 1 year worth of data in like 2 sittings. No, you usually have to sit through 1 month of trading if you want to gather 1 month of data. So you trade for actual 1 month and gather data on this 1 month. So let me show you something quickly for our trading since August till September. You see a lot of losses there, but okay, this is why you journal your trades. You'd find insight that nobody can tell you, because now you're a professor. That's when you've gotten to this level. Now you are the professor. Nobody's going to tell you what to do anymore. You need to find things that make your system better. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's what you need to do. So this is my journal from August till September. And you can see 3 wins, 3 losses. But that's not what's important. Look at the RR results. Just like total it, we're still up 23R, 23% basically if you're risking 1%. And all the trades are all verifiable. They're all here, right? Literally. All the trades are literally here. And you can see my remarks, right? See my remarks are there. So when I decided to come and check, why am I losing so much? Then I decided to come and check, and I found something that all these losing trades have in common. Look at the time, 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Forget this 3 a.m., something else happened there. But you see, these 2 losses came in London session. But you see, all the wins came in the New York session. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to stop trading London session that much often. You will never find things like this if you are not back testing. So if you're not journaling your trade that you're forward testing. So look at one of the trades. Just like the before. Then this was like this is the LTF before. Yeah. And eventually full take profit of this particular one. So I journal all these things. That's the only way you can improve a system that is already proven. You get it? Very simple stuff. So now that's that. For Euro USD, okay, Euro USD is even worse. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses in the last 2 months. We'll have just 2 winning trades and just 1 break even. But look at the results from the RR. We're still up 20R. We're still up 20% despite taking this many losses. But look at all the losing trades. 10 a.m., 12 a.m., 11 a.m. Minus this one. This one was 1 a.m. in the morning. See this one, 7 a.m. Most of them came in the London session. Look at all the wins and the break-evens. 4 p.m. New York session. 2:30 New York session. 2:18 New York session. Then I'm like, okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. I need to stop trading London session with this system. You get it? So while I was backtesting, I didn't really pay attention to the timing. It's like, okay, let me just take as many trades as possible, right? But now that I'm fine-tuning the system and trading live, I can't afford to keep taking losses like that. Do you understand? So it needs to be perfection. Okay, great. Now, UJ, I have taken just 1 win and 1 break-even trade and 3 losses. But overall, we're still up in a profit of 8%. So total everything, 8% on UJ, 20% on EU, and 20-something% on how many on EU? EU is 20%, and GU is 23. So 23 plus 20 plus 4, that's around almost 50% in profit despite all the losses. So you see, losses are not really your problem. You just need to have wins that would outsize those losses. So this is the reason why you need to journal. If you don't journal, you will not get insights like this. You will not. Do you get it? So back to our notes. Okay, now backtesting is your foundation, but market and static. You have to like forward test and then gather data. It's just like you're trying to learn how to play basketball. You're hooping and you're doing things, right? So the more you do it, the better you get at shooting. Look at what's his name? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is my Stephen Curry. Do you know how many times he has practiced shooting that makes him so good? Just go on, if you don't know him, just go and search on YouTube Stephen Curry shooting and see how good that guy is. It's just from the practice. That's the same way you get better in your trading, by practicing. Do you get it? Now, this is journal I'm talking about. The more you journal, the more your pathways are strengthened to take the right decision. Do you understand? So the last part of FMGTD is D, which is deploy. You need to deploy these things that you found. So me, I'm already trading live, but up until this one, you may not be trading live. So you've done your back testing, you've done your forward testing, your demo account. Now you need to go live. When you're confident in the results you've seen, you've mastered the system, meaning that you can actually trade it accurately on a live market, then it's time to go live. But first things first, attempt you through like inside that your demo account, make sure you've achieved like 10%, 15% profit. Or if you're doing a funded industry trial, make sure you've done like 10%, 15%, or you've passed it. Then you know I've gotten the results. My brain has seen I can do it. Then you go live. Not I feel or I think. No, you have to see the results for you to go live. Else, you basically just want to dash the market the money, and you do not steal this money. So why do you want to waste it? Do you understand? So this is another journal of mine. This one for the 2 hour per day system. And that particular month we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 losses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 no trade scenarios. But net profits were up in profit of 26%. 26% means if you're on a 10K account and you're risking 1%, you usually made $2,600 on that account. Does that make sense? So now, these are all images of the trades. I told you always take images and always journal. Always write a remark. That's how you know what went wrong or what happened. What happened is very important. So moving on. Now that we've talked about all of those things, let's talk about greed. So greed is another very opposite part. So instead of losses, now you're seeing greens, you're seeing blues, but you want to add more positions, you want to hold the trades longer. It's the same trap. Don't do that. Just stick with your system and take profit where you're supposed to take profit. Do you understand? So just thinking about money that you'd make sometimes can make you start to want to take stupid decisions. So don't do that. Right? Another thing is when you take the wrong decision and it ends in profit, you usually want to repeat that thing. Don't do it. You're strengthening your neural pathways for the wrong reasons. Don't do that. Instead, just focus on what I've told you so far. Backtest, see the pitfalls and the strong points of your system, go through them. Same when you went through them in the backtesting phase, you went through them in the forward testing phase. That's how you go through them in the live trading phase. If you don't do this, my boy, you either waste so much money, waste so much years, cry, spend. I don't know if you may quit, but if you just follow this process, it is cheap, does not waste as much time. Sorry, does not waste as much time, and is very effective. So the opposite side is very expensive. You will blow accounts tire. It will cost you so much more time, so much more energy, so much more brain cells. Think about it. This is just the best way to go. And then you have overconfidence bias. When you take a few winning trades and you start to feel overconfident, understand that it's probability. You can have wins. Losses are coming. It's not may come. They are coming. They're your business costs. The same way you spend money on payroll, on your salary, on fuel, on this, on that in your business. That's how you spend money on losses in trading. It is unavoidable. So don't start to feel overconfident because you took a few winning trades. Know that I'm winning trades though, but my losses are coming. So that means you know over risk. You still keep your risk constant at 1%. Okay, then I basically feel like I've talked about everything. I don't want to like drag this on for too long. So now finally, your job as a trader is not to win trades, it's not to make money. Neither is it to lose money. Your job as a trader is to execute your system perfectly. So shift your focus from I made this amount of money, or I lost amount of money, or I did this or I did that, to did I show up on time? Did I execute my system the exact same way it was supposed to be executed? If yes, then you did a great job. Doesn't matter if you ended in losses or if you ended in wins. The point is, did you do your job? If I had an institutional trading firm, I would grade my traders based on their abilities to stick to their rule set, their ability to execute their system the exact same way they're supposed to execute it. That's how I will grade them, not based on how much money they made. No, because it's the system that produces the money. You may make so much money today because you broke the system, but you lose it all tomorrow. But when you follow the system consistently, you'd make money net over time, if that makes sense. So your goal should be, for this month or for this week, I want to take all my trades and not make mistakes. That should be your goal. I don't want to miss any trades, because missing trades are not a big problem that you can have. Right? So when you're backtest like you're actually trading. Don't backtest with unrealistic goals in mind. Do you get me? So these are the things that you have to put in place if you want to actually master psychology and begin to trade profitably. Another thing is work ethic and work rate. There's an amount of work required to not miss trades. You have to like constantly monitor your charts, constantly be aware of what the market is doing, constantly understanding what fundamentals are talking about. You need to be like fully invested in this business, because if you're not invested, or let's say your job is always dragging you, you miss trades. And when you start to miss trades, you're missing the winners most times. Because most times, it's very funny. You take all your losing trades, but your winning trades, you'll be missing them. how would probability arrange itself back in your favor, and how would you end up being profitable? You must find a way to always be present when your winning trades should occur. So if you know that, okay, I'm trading from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., between that period, be focused. Don't be distracted. Make sure you're focused so that you can actually take these trades when they come, if that makes sense. Okay, now I've already talked about journaling and pattern recognition. After journaling for a long time, what you eventually need to do is to look at for patterns. Look out for patterns. Okay, I'm always losing on this day. Maybe I'll stop trading on this day. I'm always losing by this time. Stuff like that. Or this thing is working so well. How can I improve it? So it's your patterns, it's the patterns you notice from your journals that you eventually use to take your system from where it is right now to where it will be in the next 2 years and where it will be in the next 3 years, if that makes sense. Then I've already talked about you should not really be overconfident. You know that if I'm taking wins now, losses are coming. So just keep your risk where it's supposed to be. Don't improve it. And then let's look at some frequently asked questions to end the session. So how does neuroplasticity help me become a better trader? So now, neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to rewire itself, meaning its ability to grow, expand, learn, get better, right? So every time you stick to your system, you follow your rules, your brain strengthens that ability for you. But every time you break it, it weakens that ability and then strengthens the ability to break more rules. So you want to avoid doing that. Do you understand? And also, one advice I'll always give: find something else that you're doing, another business, a hobby, something else that keeps your mind off of trading. So when it's not your time to trade, don't do it. Do you understand? Just focus on that other thing that you're doing, and when it's time to trade, then fully focus. Because trading is boring. Do you understand? 90% of the time, you're waiting to execute. Someone, when I was practicing just now, I waited, I not set up. I'm like, okay, let's go and do something else because of time, right? But you'd have to sit down there and go through that process. It's a boring business, but the money is exciting. I mean, you're not pushing trucks, you're not driving cross country, cross state. Do you know how much work people actually put in to make 100K or 200K? But you pressing buttons, you're making 500, 100, 15, $2K dollars. Come on, think about it. So how long does it take for neuroplasticity to change my trading habits? So it varies, but studies on neuroplasticity like 2018 Dion journal article suggest that 6 to 12 weeks of constant practice can strengthen neural pathways. 4 weeks is 1 month. 12 weeks is three months thereabout. So if you do something for that long, consistently, you'd not be the same person that started that process. Yeah, you'd not be the same person. But with our own proprietary method and the way we actually drill you, it can take you way shorter. So can neuroplasticity stop my emotional training completely? Yes, but no. So it won't eliminate emotions, but it will eliminate the emotional responses. So your emotions will always be in there. You can never get rid of them. But you can now train your prefrontal cortex to take charge of this guy back there, if that makes sense. So how do I stop panicking when a trade goes against me? Look at your back-tested data. Did it not happen when you're backtesting? So why are you panicking? You've seen it before, so when you see it again, you will not panic. It's very simple. It's just based on what you've done in the past. That's what will help you stay calm in the present. And what is the difference between amygdala and limbic system? I've already explained all of that already. And how long should you backtest your system? So aim for at least 100 trades or at least 1 year worth of data, depending on the time frame. So if it's like a 4-hour system, 1 year worth of data will not be that many trades. It'll be like 20, 30 trades maximum most times. But if it's like a 30 minutes system, yeah, 1 year worth of data can get you to nearly 100 trades or even more. Yeah, most times. So aim for at least 100 trades or 1 year worth of data if it's like a lower time frame system or stuff like that. So at least 100 trades, 200 trades is much better, 300 trades is better, 400 trades is better, but at least 100 is to show you the truth. Is your system working or not? And see, when you see the truth, don't avoid it. Because that is what that costs you. See, Man U is not heartbreak. Man U is not causing their fans heartbreak. If the market show you heartbreak, oh my god, you'll be shocked. Man U is not heartbreak. The market is the biggest heartbreaker of the world. Don't go there. So if the backtesting showed you that the thing is not working, don't try to force it. It still will not work. There's no magic you want to do. Just end up losing money, having high BP, and just destroying your health for no reason. So if it's not working, don't use it. But if it's working, then deploy it. Can I skip forward testing and go straight to live trading? Skip it and cry later. Skip it and cry later. Yes, that's what I'll tell you. So if you don't want to cry later, just follow the path. Don't skip anything. It's just a couple months of dedicated work for years of freedom. How long do you spend in school? The certificate you got, how much are they paying you now? spend years, and then you want to skip this one of that, just 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months. It doesn't make sense now. Let's be logical. This industry is meant to pay you so much money, but you're not willing to invest so much time and effort to get. Think about it. Does it make sense? No. So don't skip anything. Go through it. Eventually, the results and the rewards will come. Simple stuff. Okay, what should I write in my trading journal? I've showed you already. Pair, entry, exit loss, why you took it, your review, and some other things I showed you earlier. And how do I know if my system is good enough? Look at the results after every 10 trades or after 100 trades. Yeah? What's the average risk to reward? If you're looking at 30%, 40%, 50%, but with an average risk to reward of 1 to 3, 4, 5 beyond, you have a profitable system. Yeah. But you don't want to have risk to rewards that are less than 1 to 1. I don't want like less than 1 to 2. It makes no sense. If you hit drawdown, when you come outside, you cry. But with me, I can literally take 7 losses and 1 trade takes me back into profit straight up. Simple stuff, because my average reward is very high. And why do I keep breaking my trading rules? That's your limbic system. That's your amygdala taking over, because you've been training it. Train this one instead. Train it on data. When you train this on data, this guy takes the back seat. Yeah? And therefore, you start to be more confident and more disciplined in your trading. So now, once you've gotten here, you need to block out the noise. Once you found a system, some of you are in Jeff Bezos' channel, you're in Dapobuli's channel, you're this one's channel, you're just getting so much information. Guy, you're killing yourself. If you found one mentor that gave you the system you're using, delete everything else and focus on just that one thing. Because when you start to see blues, see, when you hit like a losing streak on your own personal stand, you're using it, and you're seeing blues, these other people, whether they're lying or they're saying the truth, your brain starts to doubt certain things. I want to like, don't do that. So block out the noise and focus on your system. Your system has wins and losses. Their system has wins and losses. It can be that the day you now decide that, I beg, I'm tired of my own system, let me go and use their own. That's when their losses will start. So you're just going through this cycle all over again. So instead, stick with your system, stick with your mental system, and block out all the noise from outside, if that makes sense. Okay, now, so I believe I've literally gone through everything I need to go through. But now here's your plan. You need to backtest your system across all the pairs you trade for at least 1 to 2 years worth of data. Yeah, so gather at least, if you're in 2025, gather from 2023 to 2025, or from 2024 to 2025. Is it profitable? Does it work? If yes, take note of the win rate, average risk to reward, max drawdown, etc., so you know what to expect. If it's not profitable, get a new system, tweak some things, or pay for access to someone who has a system that is proven, then test again to confirm that it works. This time you're not actually backtesting to find what works, you're testing to confirm that this thing works. Now, after that, for a test for 1 month, if you didn't see results, go for 2 months again to train yourself in executing that system in real time. If it's mirroring to an extent data realized from backtesting, you're seeing positive results, then proceed to step 3. Go live, purchase a prop, then make your money. Reversing this process is what leads to countless blown accounts, depression, and in some cases, death. When I say death, I mean physical death, death of your destiny. Don't get me started. People should have made so much money in this market and gone on to use the money to build businesses, to be real estate moguls, to be this, to be that, but they never were able to break through because they didn't follow this process. Ask some of our parents that I've heard about Forex back then. First thing they'll tell you, is this skill? That's the only thing they know, because they never learned the truth. But this is the truth. And I'm telling you, only 22% of people will actually apply this. So the question is, will you be among that 22%? It's not a lucky 22%. It's a hardworking 22%. Will you be there or not? So if you didn't know, it's ignorance. But now you know. And if you still go on and know and do it, it's beyond ignorance now. It's now grievously foolish and stupid. Because now you know that if I put my hand in this fire, it will burn me. And you still put your hand inside the fire. What's wrong with you? So I know the fact that you stayed till this point, you are a smart person. God is using you. And you're someone that wants to succeed in life. So please, implement everything you've learned in this session. And as I said in the beginning, if you go through everything I've said here, just document your process. And it did not work, find me anywhere, Instagram or Facebook or anywhere you can find me. Come and say, sir, I literally did everything you told me to do, and I'm still losing money. I'm still not profitable. I'm still not seeing results. Just tell me, and I'll say, show me the proof that you did everything I said you should do. I look at it. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry for wasting your time and your data and your energy. Take money. If, but let's say, if it's like in the next 2 3 months, it can be still 30K. But if like in 1 year, 2 years time, 100K, 500K, it doesn't matter. Do you understand? Because I'm literally wasting your time, wasting your energy. But I know that I'm not, because it's worked for me. It's worked for a lot of people. Even our mentors, it's worked for them, and it is the truth. They don't push these things outside, because if they push it outside, most people won't need them again. They don't want. They want to be selling signals. They want to be. They want to be copying their trades. That's what they want. They want you to be dependent on them. They don't want you to become like them. And this is the work required for you to become like them. So if you're smart and you are attentive to the times we're in, you'll see that money should not be a problem in your life in 2026. Money should not be should not be something you're still searching. It makes no sense, because the times we're in, they are rebellious. Yeah, and if you do not have money, your suffering is amplified. I'm not even joking. I'm not saying forex is the only way to make money, but forex is one of the easy. When you've gone through the hard learning process, it's one of the easiest way to keep making money in enormous amounts, in exponential amounts. Do you understand? This industry is one of a kind. If you have access to the truth and you still don't use it, my God, I don't know what to tell you. But I believe in my heart very strongly that you are attentive to the times and seasons, and you want to fulfill your destiny. You want to fulfill what God brought you to this earth to do. I'm telling you, you may not be put on this earth to trade forex forever. There's a business and probably an idea inside of your head that requires the funds from this market to come to life. If you never hit those funds, that thing will not happen. And I'm not even joking. Not for everybody, but for some people. The person I'm talking to knows himself. Yeah? So, now that you know what to do, please don't let anybody distract you. Don't let anybody's Lamborghini, McLaren, or Aston Martin distract you from doing what you're supposed to do. The truth is to either take 10 years, or you never succeed, or 5 years, or 3 years, or 2 years, or 1 year, or months, depending on the path you choose to take. So it's your choice. What path do you want to take? And there's something I like to say: learn or cry later. You will literally sit in your room and say to yourself, this guy told me this in that time, but I still haven't done it. Now 4 years of your life has passed, 5 years of your life have passed, and the rest of us were balling. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Nobody pushes this truth out. If you can find any other person who's like pushed out this small truth, just come and show me. Let me see. There are not many. There are very few. This is the truth. Learn or perish. It's been Deba on this session. Thank you very much for joining us. And I believe you've learned a lot. Yes, because I've talked a lot. From this point forward, it is not idea. It is not thinking. It's not motivation. It is action. Non-stop action. Massive action, according to Jim Rohn. Massive action from this point till success. And if you're already on this path, you're not so far from that success you seek. And guess what? This journey, this pain, is the reward, not the money. The money will come, you're able to buy expensive things, be able to buy this, buy that. But that is not the reward. The reward is the journey. What makes you feel fulfilled is the process you went through to achieve it. And I'm not even joking. You will see it when you get there. So if you've learned a lot, drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more things that I'll be bringing out in the next couple weeks and months and days. So, because there's a lot coming out. So don't miss the rest. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.